The Maryland defense struggled last season, but as we see in our Haviline's defensive shield, the Terps have reason to be optimistic about the upcoming season as the top 5 tacklers return, including linebacker Demetrius Hartsfield and our man, Joe Vellano. Welcome back to Haviline's Football Saturdays in the South. In the early 70s, the Maryland defense was anchored by number 72 All-American tackle Paul Vellano. His 2 sons, Paul and Joe, have continued their father's football legacy. The Vellanos are a tight-knit family from upstate New York. And if you visit their hometown of Rexford, you'll find out that the name Vellano is all about football, friends, and family.
1700s German poet Johann Schiller wrote, "It is not flesh and blood, but the heart which makes us fathers and sons."
I knew it from the start. I mean, when Paul and Joe were born, my husband Paul was the happiest guy in the world. I mean, one on each lap, and I got each leg, and every day he thinks of what to do for Paul, what to do for Joe. It's a nice circle. It's a good circle.
Joe and Paul Vellano grew up loving football. From their early Pop Warner days to Christian Brothers Academy, a private Catholic school in Albany, New York.
Paul and Joe both have that energy level. Got to make every play, never take a play off.
I had him in the classroom and out on the field. Always ready to go, always with questions, always moving.
You know, they've made their mark here, and even my little 6th graders know about Joe Vellano.
Non-stop. You know, we're practicing punt. He's going to be on the punt return team because he's on the defense. We just swap a couple guys out. He wants to kick the ball. He wants to return the ball. He wants to block the kick. You can't be everywhere at once, but he tried. And he was coaching the kids up even as a freshman. It was fantastic. You know, as long as he wasn't stepping on his father's toes.
Paul has been one of the greatest ambassadors that CBA ever had.
He did as much as he possibly could. He coached with us. He would be the guy that come in and with so much enthusiasm.
He'd come in once in a while, take a few kids, and somebody's working on some steps, and it'd be a kid that may never get in the game. But he saw the kid would be struggling, you know, didn't have the technique down, and so he'll go and Paul, he's got him on the side, you know, making sure he's getting his back straight, you know, getting, you know, weight back on his, you know, on his toes instead of back on his heels and things like that.
Young Paul and Joe, their abilities on the football field were spectacular, and it was fun to see Paul sharing that.
Always had a big hug for Joe, and you know, how was practice? It was great. And how's everything else? You know, they were always together, always together.
Always wanted to make the play. No matter where the ball was on the field, he was going to try to make the play. But I think that's something that was handed down from his dad.
The Maryland defense in the early 70s was led by 2 All-American stars, Paul Vellano and Randy White.
Tackling John Capoletti, the Heisman Trophy winner, with Randy White, who went on to become Dallas Cowboys in the Hall of Fame, and you know, had an opportunity to play with and against a lot of great players, and it's memories that were just terrific.
When Maryland would come on and Paulie was on, and they started talking about White, and I said, well, the other guy's just as good, if not better, you know. And as it turned out, they just ran havoc on the ACC during that time, and they were terrific. Both of them were just couldn't be blocked by one guy.
Randy had tremendous talent, so strong, so fast, so powerful, and I can envision him grabbing a player by the back that was trying to scoot around, and he caught up to him, grabbed him by the neck, and just kind of wrung him down and threw him down like that, and just guy with, you know, just flapped down on his back. For me, it was just a great experience. It defined me as a person up and down with the winning and losing, and the challenges of meeting different goals set by the team, as well as the coaches and the players, and personal goals as well. So it was a tremendous ride, and you know, I try to pass that on to the boys here. Enjoy the experience, enjoy the ride. It's just very exciting.
His son Paul played college football at Rhode Island and is currently in the Italian Football League. And Joe, like his dad, is an All-American tackle for the Terrapins.
Oh, I'm very proud of them. I hope that when they did go to the different schools, that they were able to contribute, that they'd just be able to get a chance to play, but they'd be able to go and they started and they represented themselves well, their families, their school.
Just to see them in the uniform there, you know, it's something special. Not a lot of coaches get to coach a D1 player or a captain or somebody who's got 20 tackles in a game, you know, so it's pretty good.
Turn the TV on and see one of your former players, you know, playing, you know, at a level of ACC. There's nothing, there's greater joy than to say, you know, hey, that's my kid. And I do it all the time. You know, I annoy people with it, but I say, that's my kid. Well, his name is Vellano. I know that's my kid.
Football is a huge part of the Vellanos, but their many friends and big family is what defines their name.
This guy right here, if we saw him coming down the hallway,
and he'd whack like that.
That's when you could head slap.
What's up, Coach?
How are you, Jojo?
Good.
Good to see you.
Good.
How's everything?
Doing good. Just kind of stopped
Best
back.
hands on the team when he played basketball. Coach should have had him at tight end.
That's right.
Well, I think we're a family that enjoys being a part of the community, part of helping out.
That's what makes it so great with this family. Their passion for football and their family committed to each other. They just want to have, you know, so much success.
Welcome back, man.
How you doing?
The Vellano Brothers is a family-owned waterworks company that has serviced the eastern United States for over 65 years.
You know, just kind of been involved, you know, just construction, you know, kind of our whole life, our whole family. So, you know, it's part of what we do and it's our business.
We're hands-on, we're all working every day. We deal with customers. The customers can call us and talk to a Vellano.
We sell underground water and sewer pipe. We're in 14 locations in 6 states. We sell fire hydrants, manhole covers, things you never think about, but that's what we do. So that, and I guess some of us play football, so that's...
We're very proud of him.
Uncle Joe sends them all the emails.
Their family's family, we're all proud of them.
Dominic Manella from Vellano, Joey's favorite sandwich shop and Italian pastries.
Hi, how are you?
That's kind of like our spot because it's close to my dad's work and you can catch breakfast there and you can catch lunch there and grab sandwiches. That's the spot we always go to.
Cookies, fresh Italian bread, rolls, all kinds of sfogliatelles and pasticcios and delicious pastries. What is it? The selection to bring you in and the taste to bring you back. Is that the motto?
Yeah. That's right.
All food groups are an endangered species in the Vellano family.
These guys, they just come to make them, buy them lunch.
Yeah, casual lunches.
We don't really know these guys. We just follow them around.
The way we've kind of grown up, though, always going to school with my cousins and, you know, my brother. We've always had a lot of friends around. Or, you know, go to my dad's work and my uncles would stop in. We just, you know, run in and say hi to them and stuff like that. And we've always just been around a lot of people.
Friendship, family, and football, but you have to be real and true and always do the right thing.
What is this?
This is a Vellano cannoli that, you know, we
famous all over this town.
Yep, we live by this, especially on holidays. It's a big Italian thing, you gotta have a cannoli.
Drop the gun, take the cannoli.
Leave the gun, take the cannoli. This is the one they took.
2, 3, go Church!
Right.
That's cannolis.
And on the football field, Joe's friends and family are his biggest fans, and their excitement level peaked on a Monday night last September.
The ball's out, and it's going to be a touchdown for Joe Vellano of Maryland.
As he catches the ball, he was just square. You know, I couldn't see whether it was him or not. Is that Joe? Is that Joe? It is, it's Joe, it's Joe, it's Joe. He's going in.
Young Paul said, "Mom, it's Joe." I looked through and started screaming and was, "Mom, slow down." I just got excited.
The ball just popped and I just reaction grabbed it. And the next thing you know, once I grabbed it, I realized I had it and I kind of turned and I got out before anybody knew that I had the ball, really.
We were all together, actually, our coaching staff. And we're watching, we're all going crazy. Paul, his older brother, is at the game. I texted him immediately. I said, how'd it go? So he calls back. And he said, as soon as Joey got in the end zone, he stood up, he was looking for a flag. He goes, there's no way I'm ever going to score a touchdown.
I got actually kind of quiet. I remember watching it going, oh my God, he's running for it. He's going for it. And then as soon as he crossed the line, I looked back for a flag. Because I was like, this is not going to happen.
He texted us right back and he said, wasn't that great?
Joe Vellano, the sprinter. I mean, I think he may be an ACC All-Star on the sprint team. At least he was right there.
My phone's ringing from different friends calling me up. He runs faster than you, or you wouldn't have made it. You know, you wouldn't have made it that far. You would have run out of gas.
And we just laughed and we just shook our heads and said that it was kind of funny.
Joe Vellano, junior from Rexford, New York, with the touchdown.
You get older, you understand you live vicariously through, someone else. I always go to how proud the parents, Joni and Paul Sr. must be. And Paul Jr. too, he's so proud of his brother.
The most gracious, generous people that I've ever met.
Just a great group, very humble, very generous, very involved. Very involved. Always an open door policy when it's with the Vellanos.
Gracious, warm, generous. They're really looking out for the kids. And that's a true mark in my mind of philanthropy. They're not looking for anything in return.
Back in April, our production team traveled to Rexford to visit the Vellanos. Our guys were getting ready to leave after a full day of shooting, and Joe's mom would not let them get out of the house without a Vellano-style home-cooked meal. Steak, shrimp, salad, vegetables, and oh yeah, lots of desserts, cannolis. Needless to say, they didn't leave hungry. What a great family. We wish Joe all the best playing in his senior year for the Terps.